Well, he talks about this one time when he was like a Grom and we were surfing Rivy and he's like, remember like I asked for your number. I was so stoked I wanted to surf with you again and blah, blah, blah. And I was like, he's like, I think you gave me the wrong number.
Yeah, he was kind of like a little portly and this big funny afro, and he wasn't like this outgoing, confident kid.
When he was just this little goofy-footed Grom that used to always back-paddle me at Cottons.
But then like one of the first times I remember like actually like where I was like, oh, kids from San Clemente was, I think he won the US champs down at Lowers. It might have been under 18 or under 16 or whatever, but I remember I'm just like ripping US champs and like, it's like, oh, cool, San Clemente kid, I'll root for him.
Are you kidding? What do you mean he's not gonna make it? I'm like, huh, what do you mean? There's a high likelihood that he's not gonna make tour. Only like a very small fraction of people make it. But I go look at all the stuff he's learning. I mean, it's like priceless, the education he's getting from being on the road, competing, training. Well, I think it's important, like for us as parents, like it's like we want to make sure like our son knows that we love him regardless of how successful he is in surfing. Like, I'm not going to love him more or less because he's world champion or he made a tour contest or wins a heat.
I can't take any credit for noticing Cole. Griffin Colapino brought him into this room like 5 years ago and said, hey, I'm backing this guy. I need you to back him as well. I'm like, what do you mean? He goes, I want to get him a quiver of good boards. I think he can do really good if he's on the right boards.
He's very well-rounded. You know, he can do crazy airs. He can surf small waves, you know, and that's a huge accomplishment at that size.
I think I told Cole like a year ago or 2 years ago, I told him like he's one of my favorite surfers. And I think he just has a really unique style, super flowy. And I mean, he's such a big guy now that I don't know if we've ever seen a pro surfer at his size with that good of style and flow.
This is probably a big statement, but I think Cole is going to redefine power surfing. I think particularly on his backhand, I don't think there's anybody who has got as much power on their backhand as Cole does. And I think that some of those backhand whips that he does are just incredible to watch.
It's been a lifelong goal of mine, and whether or not I believed it the whole time or it was set in stone. Talked to Kolohe a lot and Griffin about what it's kind of going to be like next year and what to look for and kind of places to stay, things to do, and a lot about the waves. So they've been super helpful and kind of just give me a little insight of what it's going to be like. I just want to make sure I perform at my best, and I don't want to be a letdown to anyone, so I put a lot of pressure on myself to kind of do my best surfing, and I'm just looking forward to surfing good waves and being in the Jersey when the waves are pumping. Thanks to everyone, all my family, sponsors. Vissla's been a huge supporter since I was 12 years old, so to be with the company for that long has been pretty rad, and yeah, just gonna try to make everyone proud next year.